Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am making Spookies. I saw these on Christine McConnell and I thought that I've got to try them. I learned a couple of things along the way and I'll share them with you with some tips on how to make the best versions of these. Let's go. I'm just going to use this cookie mix from Betty Crocker because at the end of it all it's going to be a little bit intensive and I want to start easy. Apparently all this needs is just 100 grams of butter and an egg. I'm going to follow instructions by preheating the oven to 190 degrees Celsius. Add 1 egg into the mixing bowl and about 100 grams of butter. I have to begrudgingly use my pink KitchenAid mixer, although I would prefer black for Halloween, but I can't be owning 2 mixers, right? Unless I have a bigger house and unless it's a bigger 5-quart mixer. And while I'm pouring everything into the mixing bowl, let me say that I have absolutely no shame in using pre-mixes. It helps me save time, measurement, and it tastes pretty good. Let me know down in the comment section how many of you also use pre-mixes. Now, let's get my KitchenAid to do the work. So after mixing, I put the dough flat out on my silicone baking mat, flatten them out a bit, and try to also make a couple of holes together with my cake tool. So this is where the eyes would actually sit. And then when I was done with that, I popped them in the oven and just watched them cook. This is the first thing I learned. No matter what you do, even if you've done that hole, everything's just gonna flatten out. And there was no point doing the hole in the first place. So when it was still moldable, I used the cake tool again to create those holes in there and then set them on a cooling rack to cool down. And here's the arts and craft part about building the eye. I'm going to use some modeling paste, which is actually fondant, some food coloring, my favorites are from Wilton, some very thin brushes, and a palette. I'm also going to add a jug of water. I'm going to take some of that modeling paste, roll one into a ball, and then shape it down with a flat back and spread it out to at least 2.5 to 3 centimeters wide. We're going to start by painting the iris. Using the black color, I'm going to create a crescent shape and then close it with a thin line. Then with the rest of the other colors, depending on what you want, I chose green for the first one and shaded in around that crescent to create the full iris. Using a couple of different other colors, I decided to also add some accents to the iris to give it a more realistic look. And I will be using the red to create this veins stretched out from the iris towards the outer part of the so-called eye. I prepared a couple of different colors from blues to greens, slightly purples and browns. And here's where we start the assembly. We start by placing the eye in the middle of that cookie and take a strip of fondant that has already been mixed to match the cookie's color using a piece of aluminium foil crinkled up. Use that to create texture around that eye. I'm also going to use some black, watered down to give it some shade and give it a 3D effect. Here is the finished Spookie, ready for human consumption. I'm going to set these aside to enjoy leading up to Halloween Day. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to hit that notification bell and subscribe and follow me on my socials. See you next time, guys.